In today's issue of Star Wars Theory, I have a new comic series for you all, and I'm going to take one piece from the first issue for this video. However, I'm going to give a little backstory regarding what it's all about, and then you can let me know in the comments if you want me to do the full coverage of it over the next week, or however long it may take. Or if you like, I can also do interval uploads so you don't get bored of just one continuous Vader story, if that's even possible. I just know I don't want to upload lame content, so give me your feedback if you will. Okay, so in this 5-issue comic titled Darth Vader and the Ninth Assassin, the rundown is super simple, but action-packed. The events take place a few months after Revenge of the Sith, and the Empire now controls pretty much everything. Vader is sent with his delegates to oversee a mining operation and take a little cut for the Empire. Owned by an old father and his son. Both are super rich and arrogant. The old man doesn't want to give up a single cent extra to the Empire, so his son, long story short, tries to shoot one of Vader's representatives for the deal, and Vader ends up deflecting the blast, and it kills the boy. The rich father searches far and wide in the galaxy after hiring 8 failed assassins to kill Vader. He finally goes to one, the Ninth Assassin, to finish the job and bring Vader's head. If you want this covered from start to finish, let me know. Otherwise, our story begins just after these events. An odd ship flies to an Imperial Star Destroyer and docks in its hangar, as a sick and pale man runs out screaming how the snake doesn't need a head to live. The clones look at his chest and see a snake's body and staples in the man's gut, recognizing he's carrying a bomb. The hangar blows up. When the commander makes a snarky reply from the window above about the incident, playing it off as if it was no big deal, the lieutenant realizes the pod was a homing device and the entire Star Destroyer gets cut in half by a mysterious enemy. As we're greeted with Vader donning his mask inside his hyperbaric chamber, he leaves to the Emperor's calling. As he kneels before his master, Palpatine's chair is hurled through the window by Vader, sending broken glass everywhere, throwing Sidious across the room and the Royal Red Guards around the office. Basically, while the explosion is still going on, Vader force chokes and raises 2 Royal Red Guards and tells them they have failed at their only job, which was to protect the Emperor. Now, Royal Red Guards weren't just there to look cool. They actually were investigators just as much as they were protectors, and clearly, they failed to do their job here. As Vader sends them through the window to their depths below, Vader lines the rest up and disciplines them, telling them they proved themselves incompetent to save the life of the Emperor. As they get on their knees to bow to Vader, one guard tells him to take their heads as punishment. You don't need to tell Vader twice. He immediately ignites his lightsaber and slices the head off 2 of the 7 Royal Guards, then turns and commands 2 to escort the Emperor to safety, 1 to stay and take charge, and the other 2 to follow him on the hunt. Vader goes to his master to see if he's alright. Sidious tells him that someone or something very powerful is clouding their clairvoyance, and it's no Jedi. This was all he needed to hear. Vader grabs the 2 guards and tells his master that he will find the traitors, track them down, and crush them.
The Force is strong with you.
So I know many thought that the Royal Red Guards were loyal only to the Emperor, but they actually took orders as well from Vader, at least in the Now Legends. Do you want this whole comic covered? Let me know if you do. Either way, I'll see you all in tomorrow's episode of Star Wars Theory. Thanks for watching, my fellow Jedi and Sith friends. I hope you all have a great day, and until then, remember,
The Force will be with you always.